This is a quick video um, for the week, I would say. And so this is just an update of my life. So right now, I just wanted to give, if you guys didn't see, I posted on YouTube, I put a post about a lesson learned about how my family wasn't happy with my YouTube videos and my blog posts. Okay. And my sister especially was really pissed. So that messed up our relationship, and I'm really sad about that. So I wanted to make maybe I wanted to give an apology to my family members. So if you're watching this video, I'm sorry. Um, I just wanted to do that. And so we'll talk about the other parts for the video because this is also like my weekly update video. I just decided to do it today and we're in my car, but I really wanted to give an apology and I want to talk about that blog post slash the videos about how I talk about with my parents or and my siblings. So from now on, I'm not really going to mention them. But yeah, my relationships are strained with them from now on. So I am sad about that. Sorry, someone's car went off back. But so in those blog posts, I talk about my brothers and sisters' health problems. You could say it, whatever. And my sister was like, well, you didn't need to talk about that. You could just say blah, blah, blah. But the reason I gave that and that blog post, specifically that blog post, I'm not going to link it or talk about it, but that blog post was really about how alone I felt. And I don't want it to be all about me, but how alone I felt because in my life, my family, the people I was living with, uh, my brother wasn't living at the home, living with me at that time. He's in college in another state, was in another state. But um, all of their priorities were not focused on health. And for me, that was like, that made me feel more alone because that's one of my priorities is my health more than like anything else, more than, making money and wealth and all that. And so I always felt alone about that. And I talked about that in the blog post. If you read the whole blog post, it was mainly about how alone I felt because the rest of my family prioritized other things. Their dreams were different. And I say dreams because your dreams are not just your goals. So your goals are anything you want to accomplish in your life, but your dreams are the goals that you're taking actions towards. So you're going towards those goals. And I always had a problem because my dream was more about health. That was like the priority for me. And with my parents, my sibling, my family, it was more about wealth. And so there was always that disconnect. And my sister was like, I'm trying to do little steps to improve my health and everything and like that. But the thing with that is I've, you know, that's a goal, but it's not a dream of yours. And, you can tell subconsciously by looking at people's behaviors. So that's why the thing is always it is always is that's the quote like don't listen to what people say, listen to their actions, and that's true for yourself. You have to look deep into yourself and you have to think what do I enjoy? What am I doing for most of the day or what is my favorite part of the day? Things like that. And what am I taking action towards? What goals am I taking actions towards? And so, that was the, I guess, disconnect. They thought I was just like bashing them. No, it was more about how alone I felt and more about how, you know, I was, my goal, my dream is for health and, for me to reach 70, 80 and, be like a 30-year-old health wise. I want a high health span to enjoy my life. And that's more important than my wealth. I'm more like Brian Johnson, even though I don't go to the extremes that Brian Johnson is. And most people know who that is, Brian Johnson. He's like the guy who wants to live past 100, and so he biohacks his whole life towards that. And so that was what it was. It wasn't I was trying to be hurtful or anything, but I had to explain my brother and sisters and my family's actions and then why I don't think why that's not conductive for being healthy or their dream of being healthy because in their subconscious and the way they act building wealth is more important to them than, their health. And maybe health is the third dream of theirs after, relationships or, any type of things like that. Whatever it is, or after status seeking, whatever it is. And I don't mean to like bash them or anything. It's just I was different. And I'm different from them. And so, I kind of was like, that's why I told my sister, like, I'm sorry I hurt you. But I think that was the truth, and maybe I said it wrong or the words I said it, and maybe they misconstrued it, but from what I saw, like their health wasn't their main priority, and that's why I felt really lonely because I had no one in my life like that or improving in their life or whatever. My sister was like, I was doing small steps, like I shouldn't have to tell you, but I was like, well, I really like specifically, I never saw those, and your actions never showed them, like your pure actions, and so my sister was all pissed, and I was like, and my sister is a private person, and so that's the reason I've decided like not to talk about family or anything going, but that's gonna limit my stuff. Thankfully, I've moved, so my whole life isn't construed around my family for you guys because if I can't talk about my family and I was still at home, that would be a part of my life that I couldn't talk about. And maybe I would make those videos private, whatever it is. But that's just like that's what this video is for. But yeah, that was the thing. So that's what the post is. That's my apology. I said sorry for hurting their feelings, but that was the truth. My dad was okay with it. He still loves me or whatever. Like he wasn't really bothered from what I got from the text, which I'm kind of happy about. Um, but yeah, but also I don't know my siblings very well because, um, my sister doesn't really talk outside. She goes to work, goes to sleep, and that's it. Like whenever my dad at least tries to talk to her, she just ignores him or says, "I don't want to talk right now." So, I maybe know more about my sister than my dad, but that's outside the point. Like I said, I don't want to talk about family. Let's get on to the weekly update part of the video. I wanted to do the apology first because that's most important. And I still have like 7 minutes to the end of the video, and I want to end the video at 15 minutes. Because, like I said, I don't have a place to rent right now. I don't know if I can get my mom to co-sign because the relationship is strained right now. And I don't even know if I want to get her to coincide because she'll have all these restraints on me. So I'm trying to find a landlord who will rent to me, with no income because right now I don't have an income if I pay a couple months of rent in advance, and I'm fine doing that. And so we will see. So I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. That is the best place to find privately owned homes that are being rented. And so I am sending out places like that. Another thing I've been doing is I applied to Walmart. It took like 30 minutes because the hours kept getting messed up and it wouldn't let me keep going to the next part of the application. But I ended up completing all that. I applied to like 11 different jobs and I applied to most of the Walmarts in Charlotte, except for the ones that are in bad areas. But I applied to most of the Walmarts. I don't know if I'm gonna get a job there. I know when I was working in Navarre or in Gulf Breeze or whatever, I got rejected from working there, so I don't know if they'll hire me this time. And I put my availability wasn't always. I didn't want to work nights, so I specifically said I didn't want to work night shifts. Um, because my health is important to me, and if I'm gonna sacrifice my health for work, I should be paid more than like the $15 to $20 an hour, because I could just Uber Eats for majority of the day and make the same amount or more money, okay? And not destroy my health by messing with my circadian rhythm because I have to work in the middle of the night. Um, because I can link health studies. I shouldn't have to link health studies. Everyone knows night shifts are bad for you. Um, and you can look up the specifics on why and how it messes with your circadian rhythm. And there are some ways to mitigate it, but it adds a lot of stress to your life, which ages you a lot faster. So I don't recommend it and I don't want to do it. So that's why I didn't do closing hours for my availability. And I also took Monday and Tuesday and Thursday off because I want to have a second job. And I don't know if they'll give me full-time hours. And if they only give me 30 hours, then those 2 days that I am off, I can go to have a second job. which would probably be fast food or Uber eating those days. Uber Eats, that's what I have for my delivery app. The other delivery apps will probably take a couple more weeks. I've finally been confirmed, so I can now do delivering for food in Charlotte, North Carolina, in North Carolina. So I have been approved, so I'm going to start doing that while I'm waiting on the job. I'm going to apply to Publix today. I'm going to look at other supermarkets, other things like that. After the next 2 or 3 days after that, I'm probably gonna just start applying to fast food jobs if I don't get um a reply, basically, because I can't wait forever. So fast food, I can probably get a job pretty easily. Now the pay will probably suck, but I can probably get a job pretty easily. It is right before Christmas, so they might need people. I don't know. A job is a job. I worked fast food for 2 years. It's not the worst thing in the world. I can do it, and so I have been going the places I have explored. I haven't explored a lot in here. Really, what I've been in the Morrison Square area, which is a big like plaza place by the South Park Mall, which is a huge mall with like 2 stories. I've been there. It's really amazing. I went there. I didn't even know there was a mall there, but I ended up going there because I looked for Chick-fil-A to eat, and I went to the nearest Chick-fil-A, and it was inside the mall. I didn't know that a lot of Chick-fil-A's are in a mall and inside malls. Really, what I've been doing is I've been going to Barnes and Nobles, and I've been reading some books during those days, and I spend about 8 hours there, maybe 5 to 8 hours, and I do some reading. I do um, I do some writing, which I am writing my book. Remember, I'm trying to write it. I'm writing my book, doing some homework for college there because they have free Wi-Fi, and I have a Nord's VPN subscription, so I connect through NordVPN. And that gives me a little bit of protection on a public Wi-Fi. Um, I could do it on my T-Mobile and have that as a hotspot. My plan does allow it. The problem is T-Mobile sucks. At least in the areas I've been, most of the time T-Mobile is horrible for anything. Especially if you're inside, it gets even worse. And so I might decide to switch from T-Mobile to another website. I don't know. I got to get gas today, so that's another thing I got to do because I only have 60 miles. I need to get gas. Um, that's that's it. Now, my experience is I've been eating at different restaurants, not all days, but I've been going to different restaurants and trying them out. And that's big for me because I don't like trying out new restaurants. I'm always trying to play it safe, at least for my eating choices, but I'm trying to become more of a risk taker. And so I've been eating at different places. I really like this place in Morrison Square. It's authentic Italian food, and I got lasagna, and it's kind of expensive. It's after the tip, it's like $20, but it's really high end quality. It's a really high end, really nice looking restaurant, and it's authentic food, and it tastes really good. The lasagna I got was perfect. That is the best lasagna I've ever had. Now, like I said, it cost $20 for one meal for me, and that's not a lot of food for me. It wasn't a lot of lasagna, but it filled me up because it's real food, and it's like sausage, cheese, and the shells and everything. But that's a lot of protein. The cheese and the meat, which was I think sausage, really fills you up, and so that that was a really good. I had that yesterday, and I also got ice cream in Morrison Square because there's this like bakery place that sells ice cream. I think they call it bakery, but it's really like ice cream and milkshakes. That was pretty good. I still don't have any friends. Right now the goal really is a place to rent for the next month, and um, what else is it? And getting a job because that'll like stabilize my schedule. And then what I plan on doing is if they give me morning shifts, I plan on working, changing my clothes, going to this Barnes& and Noble, the closest Barnes& and Noble, and getting some work done, doing some writing because I do my best work when I'm not in an apartment that has a bed and everything that's like one bedroom because then that environment starts to change subconsciously in your brain as a place to rest, not as a place to do work. And so I do my best work at a local Barnes and Nobles because it's a quiet area. People are quiet. They're reading books. It's inducive. It's conductive to learning, to writing, and everything because that's my goal. You guys are a long term goal. Another update: I have shut down the school account because the problem with school is I can't do any of these calls or any of the big things because, I don't have a place to live that's long term that I can talk to someone on and everything. Yeah, I have my Airbnb. The walls are super thin though, and so I can't really have calls with you guys without interrupting my roommates or whatever. They're hearing it, and I don't want them to hear it or whatever. And so that is the problem. So that's why I've canceled the school account before the free membership ended. So that school account, that was just a try. But like I said, when I have a job and a place to rent long term, 12 months, 6 to 12 months, and I don't have to worry about finding a place to rent in the next month, in the next 15 days, or every month I have to find a place to rent. Once I don't have to worry about that, I can start doing more. And so that is a failure on mine. I should have planned that out. The same thing with the business. Business is slowing down because I have to find something where I need to be financially secure before all my running money runs out, and then I have no money for gas or for food, and I'm homeless, and I have to go back home, or I have to have my parents bail me out, whatever it is. And so that's what it's a huge financial risk. My brother did say that when he texted me. I know I'm not supposed to talk about him, but he did say that it is a huge financial risk. And so that's the thing. That's what I've been really doing is going to Barnes and Nobles, reading a book because I try to get some knowledge work in every single day, which means I'm reading a book I want to improve my knowledge. I want to learn something new, or I want to improve at a skill by reading a book or learn something new about something. Because that's the thing with the reading these books that are to help me, that are either self-improvement, there may be biographies of famous people, whatever it is, or helping me solve a problem in my life. What the books are is I'm not going to remember most of the book, but they're going to seed ideas in the back of my head. So whenever I have a problem, my subconscious is going to trigger a thing and say, well, this is a solution to it, or this is a possible solution, and maybe that's a great idea, and I end up using it. And so that's what I've been mainly doing. Um, and so it is the end of the video, but that was a lesson learned for the week is don't talk about family or whatever. I'm not going to mention them specifically, even if it's good or bad. I don't want to get into that. And thankfully, I've moved and I'm not going to be seeing them as much. So I'll have more YouTube content about myself and about other things happening in my life. But yeah, business will slow down. The school account has to be canceled. I canceled that. And so I don't have to pay the $100 a month for that. That'll probably be long-term other things. Right now, I'm trying to get as much free things as I can. Food is the big cost along with rent. And so I've been also doing push-ups, not as many, but I've been trying to do more sets that are longer. So try to do 30 push-ups at a time or 20 push-ups at a time. Instead of doing 10 of them and then doing those sets, doing like 10 of those. So doing 100 push-ups in sets of, reps of 10. I tried to do 30 push-ups at a time. Push myself to failure. It's another way to push myself to failure. Um, And so that's it for the video. It's been 18 minutes, a little bit longer than I wanted to. I am in a parking garage. That's why the lighting sucks. That's why the lighting sucks. There's no sun. So, but yeah, that's it. Have a fantastic day. I hope you're going towards your dreams, and your dreams are the goals that you're taking actions towards. And so I hope you're accomplishing those dreams or whatever. I also wanted to talk about what friends are like and everything, but because should be included in my apology and what I think about friends, but I forgot. I'll probably make another video for that tomorrow. That's it. That's the weekly update. I don't really have a lot of else to talk about. Have a fantastic day. I believe in you. Go accomplish your goal. Go accomplish your dreams by taking actions that help you with those dreams. Um, as long as you're doing any type of action, you're getting on your way. There's the famous quote, which I believe in. I don't worry if you're going slowly towards your goal. This is paraphrasing. Don't worry if you're going slowly towards your goal. Only worry if you're not going towards your goal at all. And so that's the thing. And there is 1,000 steps, 100,000 steps to reach your goal, whatever it is. But thanks for watching. I try to be positive on this channel to cultivate that positive mindset. Have a fantastic day. Fantastic week. I'll see you Thursday or Tuesday because I'm probably going to make a video tomorrow about my definition of friends. and maybe that'll be skewed and maybe people don't like it. I just want to ask a question. Do you think I was right or wrong including my family in the video logs? I try to be as honest as possible, but I gotta balance that at least a little bit. Maybe I'll make the videos that are about my family to myself private. Who knows? We shall see, but I'm probably not gonna upload any other video. I'm not gonna upload any other video talking about them or like going into anything about them or anything like that because they don't want it, and so I don't want to force them into it. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. 20 minutes, been Guy. Have a fantastic day. I can never end the videos. I believe in you. You need the thumbs up. What's the exit intro? Like I said, do you think it's good or bad that I included my parents in it or whatever? That's just my question. I can't ask anyone else who's unbiased because I don't have any friends here and I don't really have any friends. And so I need an unbiased opinion. It won't hurt me if you say, yeah, that was a bad idea or that was a mistake or whatever, or you say that was a good thing. Whatever it is, I just want to know. Um, Goodbye. Thanks for watching. I believe in you.